for Colorado Springs. And as you can probably tell, we as an organization love promoting our progressive candidates running for local offices that share our ideas. And if you don't know, we conduct several interviews with these candidates and post them on like YouTube, and we also advertise for their events and volunteer opportunities on Facebook. So if you guys know anybody that you would like us to promote, please get in touch with us, hook us up. But getting back on track, when a candidate comes along and they completely embody our revolution's ideals, we evaluate them for endorsement. And while their policies play a huge, huge part in our considerations, we also take into account things like the attitude with which they run their campaign, or how well they connect with the community, and whether they truly represent people like us instead of big money or corporations. And when they check all these boxes, they get an endorsement from our Revolution Colorado Springs. So, and what that specifically means is that our organization will invest our resources and tap into our networks to help with their campaign, whether that means setting up a phone bank or canvas or even a rally. And today I am so, so excited that we will be announcing our this year's first endorsement. And I'll actually give it up to John to introduce the candidate.
So we're endorsing Bernie Sanders. No, I mean, so when I first heard Ken speak, it was actually at our first event, and something that really stuck with me was affordable housing in this area, specifically in County Commission District 3. Because I used to live, well, and I still live very close to Old Colorado Springs, and I remember there were several days where it was like negative degrees out, it was super cold, and I see people living out on, living on the streets. People who, we are the wealthiest country in the world, and yet I see people who are literally, they don't have a place to live because they can't afford it. And there's a thing too that's happening where rent is going up, $1,000 or $500. People just can't afford that in this community. So hearing Ken speak about how we need to have affordable housing, we need to have housing for all, is incredibly, incredibly, important to me, because that's what I see, and that's what I live with. And also, Ken mentioned, the importance of having union membership and all, how it is incorporated into all of these great proposals, but also having union representation in political fields is as critically important, especially from the local level. So, having your background as a worker, as someone who has, high, membership and leadership at the local union level at the IBEU is is incredibly, incredibly important, and that's exactly what we need as an organization and as a progressive movement. So no longer can we be represented by big money and by executive CEOs of engineering firms, but we need to be represented by the workers, because that's who we are, and that's what what represents us. So Ken, very happy. I live in your district still, even though I just moved, and I'll do everything I can to try to do that.
I was expecting this today. I just want to say thank you again to our revolution. You do embody so much of what I stand for, and it's so easy to get behind this organization. So please support them. They support me, so support them. Yeah.